be honest, I only ran into him once in eights. He completely melted me. I called him K Quick. He's quick around the map, really doing the thing for his team. As we start off here with Schizo, Chicago Hunted, and Lord, really fighting for those cat spawns. This is kind of what we were talking about, right? A team on the other side is trying to flip out those spawns quickly over top cat. We have player Butterball trying to hold his possession. All the players of Hunted on the flank, it looks like they should be getting these spawns here in the early rotation. K Quick on the hill for Dazed. Early time going the way of Dazed, but like we said, Hunted was managed to push through, and they do get the P2 setup, which are the better spawns for this hill.
Looks like Atlanta's actually pushing through and reclaiming those P2 spawns while also holding the time. They already have a 20-second lead on P1, as it almost seems like Chicago's just more focused on getting those P2 spawns. And I mean, if you get 30 seconds on P1 for Dazed, you're feeling pretty good about yourself. I hate how the clock goes away when there's contestant. We got 9 seconds left. As Chicago is set up here for P2.
Right, and you said those 30 seconds nearly uncontested, with the exception of that one kill where K Quick kind of handled the business right on there in hill, and the early setup, you said, going the way of Hunt. It looks like they're getting some of this time in scrap, and the ice players getting taken out. Schizo, the player for their team in hill, as the fight for these spawns and retaking these spawns is happening as players push out this cat side. You see number 3 on your mini map there. That's going to be Lord. He's hitting that right side in the back of P2, gets taken out. Players just continuing for the time being, really not running any coordinated pushes, it seems, kind of one-on-one getting taken out. So let's see if maybe they plan on doing something more organized here.
Atlanta does manage to flip out spawns, get full control of this P2. So, only 20 seconds left here, so Chicago probably going to be okay with this, just setting up for new, giving up some of that time. But Chicago, it felt like they were in control of that whole P2, or most of it, only coming away with 18 seconds.
Right, but as you say that, we have players like number 2 on your map, HJ Siege. He did manage to hit that, hit out that ice and then hop up, so he was able to spawn his players here in this back crates, back rock spawn.
Sorry, so, just actually spawned on that big back rock for Chicago Hunted. It was not far enough.
Kind of what we were saying, right? With earlier in the map, where these spawns and these splits coming in like crazy. You've again, pretty scrappy in this P3 as it can be. Players for Hunted are spawning in that back rock, but also, as we say that, the splits are coming through number 7 and 8 on your mini map. There are going to be able to pinch from all sides, and we have players cat, back, jump up. It's getting a little crazy.
It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how teams start to rotate to this new P4 with 15 seconds left here on P3. Is everyone almost just kind of just getting spawns as you have
number
Schizo
6 here? Yeah, he's gosh, and like you said, he kind of hit that flank just at the right time, where he was able to kind of catch one of those players off at their back, but take it out immediately once he shows his cards there. This is kind of what I was saying. Sorry about get taken out, but this is the position that I like, right? To have these crate sides, have a player sitting on the top plat, Siege trying to do just that, and the fight with Most gets that important gunfight. So, I mean, the players are going to have to know that that Dazed is going to be on this side, as Schizo tries to do his best to stay up and hill. Super. I think this is kind of what we anticipated, right? Just really, really scrappy here for this P4.
Dazed is actually in a good position here. They got full cat control, 1 in hill. Although nobody's looking over him. You'd like to see 3 maybe posted up, trying to give some support instead of playing for this P1. Well, you still have 20 seconds left here on the P4.
You do all 4 dead for the side of Dazed. Dazed is just absolutely taking control of the last few seconds on this hill, but and they also do have a player, number 1, Epic Onish, who is set up on new. However, you see number 5, he's trying to do his best, gets taken out cat, so never mind, to get those new spawns for the time being. The time, as well as the better side of spawns here, going the way of Dazed. The intro kills and the retake are coming in as 4 players are coming off spawn of Hunted, not able to clean up those kills for now. Number 7 is pushing out those spawns. Unfortunately, taken out again. It seems like at this point, like you said, the way that it started earlier in the series, Hunted really trying to focus on getting those spawns instead of on the hill. They've already now, Dazed has already gotten the first 20 on this, and let's see if Hunted can get the rest of this time here.
Hunted seem to be playing the rotations and trying to get into position sooner, but the guns of Dazed and just this Dazed is almost stacking the hills. So they're just getting
Right.
the time where Chicago's map control and map awareness is on their side, but they're just missing out on actually capturing that hill time as we rotate here into
Right.
P2.
You know, almost anticipate. Oh, almost got the two-piece there. I'm sorry. Almost anticipate that maybe some of these, these hills that are inside where you can have more of a structured setup, do favor the side of Chicago, or whereas some of those outsides, those P2, P1, P4, might favor the play style of Days. As for the time being, it looks like kills are going back and forth for both of these teams. Gitso manages to keep these spawns back here for the time being. Moss as well gets taken out ice. With 30 seconds left, you should anticipate at least one more push here from the side of Hunted before they decide to rotate around. With those kills, kind of all three coming down and coming off spawn, Days knows that these players have to be spawning out on that P1 side. So,
Sorry, just spawned right next to someone there from Atlanta Dazed. As those spawns for P2 were all over the place as we come to the closing seconds. As teams start to rotate for this P3, Chicago's pushed all the way back, but they're kind of on the old P4 position, and I don't think that actually holds the spawn for that side, as the spawn is down near that rock.
Right, and like you said a bit earlier, it's a bit of a longer, shorter map. Sorry, not a longer map. So maybe you have to tucked away behind that rock in order to get those good spawns. As we do see some splits coming through, the streak of Siege does take out two. As it looks like Sorry is doing whatever he can, and he'll just take out two and get the retake. But again, really scrappy in the trades coming in for both teams. A lot of this time going the way of Days with 30 seconds. Again, players still need to continue to hit this hill. Really, for me, with the hills being so close in this map, especially between 3 and 4, you really have to try to hit this P3 as much as possible, and really, it's not a difficult rotation to get that P4 positioning.
Yeah, as both teams here fighting for the scraps. Chicago needs to get something going here as they're now down 100 points. They're all just getting taken off the map right now as Dazed. Guns coming alive. You have K-Quick trying to be that nuisance off Chicago spawn, giving his team time to set up here in P4, if you can be set up in P4. As everyone's come flying down. More streaks are coming in. I'm not sure how we had so many streaks and we didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah, and early on in the first rotation of these hills, the time did go the way of Hunted early on, and Days managed to get the scrap. So it looks like a similar trend coming through here as Moss is able to pick up the player top cat. Players coming off split spawns here, 7 and 6, get opposing spawns. Players of Days are spawning that top rock side. So at least for the time being, I think that players of Hunted should be able to anticipate where players will be flying in from. You do have 5 kind of just doing Moss here, doing the best that he can, just not peaking as players do start to set up on this P1 tank. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, that was a clutch win right there, a gunfight on that P1. Is Chicago now set up for P1? They're going to have to hold as much time as possible on these next 2 hills. If they can string P1 and P2 together, they're easily right back in this game. As I say that, Atlanta just comes and starts mowing them down. Moss trying to do his best the whole time here. Butterball going to be the closest, looking for a way into this P1 hill. Epic up on the tank, taking him out.
And it looks like number 7 is looking for the players back spawn. Number 2, gunfight goes in his favor because 5 and 6 did spawn out back rock, so they knew that, turn around. They have the spawns for P2. Again, some of the early time going the way of Hunted, but it looks like a lot of the focus is on these spawns as players on both teams are really doing what they can to fight for these back. At this rate, we are going to see another P2 hill, so it may be in their best interest to try to get some of this early rotation. Players for Hunted are now spawning out back rock. We have split spawn number 1 of Epic Ownage. Everyone's spawning on top of each other.
Dazed actually managed to take down most of Chicago and completely spawn them out. 10 seconds left till Dazed take this map. This is most likely going to be a Dazed map. One last good push here from Chicago is all they're going to have. Butterball almost lands on top of him. Can't quite find it. Finish it off. Sorry, with a huge 2-piece. Keep the game alive. 1 second left. I don't think that's going to be enough. I say that, but Moss is getting the kills. Chicago's managing to stay alive here. They're going to have a huge mountain to climb, but let's see how long Moss can hold in. Just stay alive. As he goes to go down, it seems like every time Chicago gets taken down, they they managed to get someone else in the hill.
I'm honestly sitting here with my jaw dropped, mouth open, looking like a trout. This is back and forth,
There
scrappy
it
as it
goes.
can be. Siege does take it and close out the map. I think that you were spot on. In the very beginning, I'd like to see what that first hill might have looked like if Hunted really focused on at least having a player or
Sure
two
why. I
hit
think
that.
it's a great S&D map. I think it's actually big enough so you can make flanks and make plays. Maybe not this B side is a little congested, but I'm a big fan of
It is
Miami.
kind of like your classic COD search map, right? Like play it slow, play your angles, play your intro kills, and we see kind of both teams doing that. As K Quick taken out by Moss for the intro kill, we know that really that's the only player that was called out so far by the side of Hunted. But who knows if they definitely saw number 7 does see the bomb carrier of Epic there in mid. I believe that they have some information that players are at least spread out across the map. Do we know if Sari has seen Siege? He knows that he's there now after he gets shot at.
Yeah, Atlanta Dazed is very spread out here, being down to 3 people. It's almost like they're looking for a pick and then go to that bomb site. But at this point, they're down a man. Oh, actually, no, I missed a kill. It is 3v3. You got to just pick one and go. 29 seconds left. If they rotate this to A, they only have to go through Sari, but it does look like a B hit.
You wonder. Yeah, and you wonder if the players of Hunted had seen these players previous to this interaction here, that gunfight that was just lost by the side of Daze now in a 1v3 is Siege, as he is still working this A side, because Siege sat on that boat for a majority of the round. So you'd anticipate, at least I would think that if you have players set up on that side of beach, chances are they're going to be working that A bomb. And I'd be curious to see if maybe the players of Hunted had seen the bomb carriers kind of, or maybe heard them bottom purple piano there. And that's the reason they stuck around for so long on that B side.
Yeah, as we are getting into the second round here, I hope we see some more A hits. I feel like at the pro level, CDL, we've been seeing a lot more A hits, and it hasn't quite trickled its way down to CRL. As it does look like we're going to have an A hit. You do have Sari looking over mid, but 2 of Atlanta Dazed being very aggressive here. I don't even know how to say that guy's name. Is that Siege? HJS Siege? Huge kill by K Quick.
Yeah.
Just like you said in the last map, or actually that was Epic. I'm sorry. K Quick got kill on the other side of the map. Atlanta Dazed quickly stopped that A push, and I guess that's why we don't see it as often. As once you get caught out there, you have nowhere to go. That beach is so open.
And I wonder maybe how many players were spotted on that back beach side, because Epic Ownage was able to push right through mid and kind of force the interaction there on the bottom balcony. You don't really see many interactions on that side of casino hotel, but when it happens, you gotta expect that the pacing there is definitely shifted as Moss may anticipate a more faster gameplay here out of the side of Daze, with Epic doing what he can with the sub, pushed upstairs, K Quick behind him for the defense. No players on the side of Hunted elected to challenge this top purple, as Moss trying to peek for information. Definitely hears Epic jumping around. No players here yet have peeked out, as it looks like Siege is trying to maybe get some map positioning mid. The player of
Moss gets one and gets out.
Quick is So he was able to at least get the information that there's one more on the top. Siege is doing the craziest flank here. He's definitely not going to get spotted. As see if he can take out Butterball here. He needs to anticipate that players are set up on that B side, as K Quick was just taken out.
He's got no Butterballs up
bomb
here. There he goes. He gets one.
Yeah, he does here at least. Yeah, bomb does drop in the middle of the map here. Bottom info.
He is. Siege is by himself now. He's got all of Chicago sprinting at him. It's going to catch one out in the open. Doesn't quite get the kill. They're going to know where he's at. He's got 3 people looking at him now. No bomb. 6 seconds left. 3 people. This is looking like a Chicago round.
They're playing Ring Around the Rosie here on information, as Siege doesn't manage to get the kill. I'm surprised that when Siege attempted to kill that first player that I forget who just got that last kill, didn't turn around and challenge immediately, kind of at least knew that the information and the player was in that building and maybe tried to flank around a bit more. But yeah, 1v3 is never fun.
Yeah, 1v3. You don't even have the bomb. Makes it really hard to find a spot to plant, especially once you've already shot and they know where you are. You have 3 guys just flying at you. You can maybe get one, but the other 2 are going to get you. So Moss is actually 4-1. Good start here for him on the Chicago side. Is Atlanta kind of more evenly spread?
Yeah, I want to see if we can stay on him for the time being. He is working a 2 streak so far with the bomb plant. Let's see if he can work some of those points up. He's really playing slow. They want to get that information. They want to, try to make up for their first blood there on Butterball. So far, it looks like players are kind of maybe caught off by this garage push. There is one back alley, but let's see if they can pick up any of these players here.
Atlanta actually has a pretty good setup. They seem to have everything covered. And if someone does manage to sneak by, as I say that, Lord actually walks away from watching that backside. Sorry does pick up K quick. Moss trying to get, just running out of time. 25 seconds. They gotta get that bomb down. Dazed are gonna start collapsing, and Dazed cleans everybody up.
Continues to pre-fire that bomb. Knows that players have to be planting at this point, being such a, being so down in player count. We see a lot of the early success in these rounds going the way of Dazed. Do you wonder if that's, is it a pacing issue this side of Hunted? Is it just play calls? We do see a lot of times players on the side of Dazed are kind of re-rotating through mid and getting, maybe trying to flank people. We saw that in Siege.
Dazed has been very aggressive on defense.
I was gonna ask. Do you think that maybe Hunted just hasn't been able to read some of these early pushes?
Yes, like that first push to A. I mean, you had 2 people in your face right when you come around that boat corner. It makes it very difficult to set up and move, and then you kind of just get caught out. Is Chicago good setup here? Just kind of stalled the Dazed speed. Sorry gets a kill on Siege. Butterball picks up Epic. Now down to just 2. Atlanta Dazed. Once that first push got stopped, they kind of lost momentum, and now they're just kind of running back and forth here in Piano, slowly getting picked off, as now it's just down to Lord, looking for something, as Chicago playing this one very well. Everyone watching the right angles and just waiting. As Sari's going to catch Lord out here. Oh, he's actually going to go underneath the wall. He's not going to see him. Oh, the timing. Oh, my goodness, the kill from Sari. I have no idea how he won that gunfight. They kind of saw each other at the same time, and he managed to pick up the kill. As I think that's how Chicago's got to play this S&D against this Atlanta team that seems to like to fly and just be up in your faces. You have to play sit back D. Let them come to you.
Right, I agree. I kind of want the players of Hunted to play A here and have somebody just sit on the stairs and see if there's enough push. They do elect to go for this B push. Players on the side of Dazed are also doing the same. It looks like they're going to have 3 set up in B, 1 back alley, 1 is going to be top purple, not challenged. It does take out Moss. Butterball not able to get the trade. We do have 1 sat back alley, 1 garage. Garage is going to be taken out by Schizo here. Schizo, this heady is absolutely crucial. It has been all season for B bomb plant. For the time being, he is the bomb carrier, so he's going to be asking some of his teammates to come over, help clear out the push. They know that every round so far, the player, I'm not sure if it's been Lord every single round, but Lord has been, there has been a player back alley every round. Let's see if they do decide to slide out and chow this player back.
He's going to see the grenades coming and getting caught by that trophy. They know they're in there. K-Quick just needs to back up, play his life here. Let Lord help him in kind of this pinch. He does manage to pick up 1. K-Quick step backs out, picks up another.
Butterball gets pinched as well. It just falls apart for Hunted.
K-Quick up in that top piano played that really well. He got information. He put some bullets into 1. Once he started taking shots, he backed out. And then this was actually the reach-al that we saw. So letting his teammate kind of just take turns at who's hitting it, where the shots are coming from, keep the offensive team on their heels.
Just absolutely egos out of the top stairs. But I feel like that's kind of a low risk, gunfight. I feel like if he does drop, he at least gets the player weak. The player back alley should be able to get the trade. If not, bombs down B. Things really just went in the favor of Dazed there in that last few seconds. As we see early positioning from Hunted, elect to go garage. It looks like they're going to try to maybe sit back and play a pick. K Quick, the fast sub that he is trying to get early positioning. Nobody spotted yet by Dazed
They're
or
gonna
Hunted.
Are they gonna get all the way to the bomb?
Right.
Oh, he's just just saw 2 or 3 there.
He's like, all of them are on the bomb, and they definitely are planting right now. So sorry, is gonna try to play his life. I don't know if you realize that this player was managed to get back to lifeguard on this number 4. Is K Quick doing what he can quickly, getting around the map. He says, "Hey K, what's up, kid? Sorry, bud. Sorry about that." He's bottom info. Man, the positioning.
Moss on a huge flank here for Chicago on this retake. 20 seconds though. He's gonna have to make something happen quick. He sees one. He doesn't realize the player's right next to him. Gets taken down. Chicago has managed to take control of the A bomb site. Lord just trying to make sure they can't get the defuse. 7 seconds left. That's not going to be the defuse. That's going to be the round. As Atlanta does start to fall, but they managed to hold on, get that bomb, get the timer, play the time right.
Right, and you saw with the player of Hunted flanked around back here late in the round. I'm not sure if Siege recognized that this player was back there or that he was getting shot at, but I think it was smart not to chow out. We are jumped in here already with Butterball, who again it looks like they're doing a bit of a slow peak, a slow play here as players are kind of taking up this mid.
Epic, a very aggressive position for defense.
Yeah. Right up on that money truck. Yeah, this is an interesting start. We have players number 7 and 5 kind of controlling the crosses. They know that Hunted is on this, has elected to play this garage and bottom purple side as 5 is trying to figure out, I think, if he wants to flank. 1 still doing their best, Moss, to watch out for this push, as it looks like we're going to see a forced interaction here under bottom piano. 1 and 5, Epic does manage to get away. Moss right behind him.
He found his way to the bomb site somehow, but all of Chicago's still up. Only 2 left for Dazed to try to break this hill. Lord finds 1, but he's got still a lot of work to go. As every corner is just full of Chicago Hunted players right now. Siege backs into Moss. Moss looking for the Lord now.
And we do have this bomb down. It's beautiful run by Hunted. I was just gonna say we do have this bomb down with a player on the back heady of Docs, and no one was challenging him. So the entire round, if these players didn't get the gunfights again, as Moss does get a player surprised right in front of him, shoots through the bodies to Lord on that heady on garage. Beautiful 2-piece to close it out.
Yes, that is going to make it 4-4 as we continue to go just back and forth between these teams. We did have a map not reset, but interruption there, so round count is incorrect. It is 4-4. Atlanta Dazed just needs to get 2 more wins. Chicago needs to get to a score of 3, as Atlanta looking for another quick A hit here. I mean, as quick as you can be to A. Sorry.
Quick does get the... Go ahead.
Sorry, set up in a better position here. He did see this push coming from A. Chicago all going to start rotating, leaving that bomb site open. Dazed on this offense could almost send 1A and get these early rotations now that you've trained Chicago to look for it. Moss up here close, gets 1 on the bomb site. Looking for the other 2 are really far back. If Chicago can find a way to get them to put their heads down, they could get the defuse now. Just down to Lord. Is he going to check the bomb? He's going to get the one defusing the bomb, and he stays alive. They know exactly where he is, though. He's got to live for about 20 more seconds. They do manage to find him. Chicago.
I was just going to say...
I
love the heads-up play out of Moss. I love the heads-up play out of Moss. He tried to push out the player bottom plat, try to get the positioning to hit that flank and try to get the player on boat. unfortunately taken out. But that's kind of that those are the kind of forced gunfights and plays that I would like to see in this potentially last round, where now we see Hunted is up 5-4 in the map count where they were down 4-3 previously.
Yeah, Chicago taking that break to full advantage, getting a lead here now in the rounds. See if they can find some success on offense. Dazed on that A side has been pushing up all the way to past mid map almost. Does look like they're gonna play a little bit slower here, because once you realize you're on that last round, you're like, oh, hold up, we gotta make sure we get this. Sorry finds K quick, gets traded out by Epic. Now down to a 3v3.
And again, just kind of trying to play their lives as much as possible as Hunted here, as they do see a player position mid. Doesn't they get him? And it does not, unfortunately, doesn't hit him at all. Most still playing for this push through. I think he might expect this number 5 that he was just shooting at to, try to position himself to hit back in the back garage. Again, number 8, Lord, he loves to get there every round. If you ever verse Lord in a search, he's sitting back alleyway as he is this round and every round previous. Honestly, it is a power position. I don't blame him. Taken out by Butterball. You see, that's the only downfall to that. It was kind of anticipated there by the players of Chicago Hunted, as Butterball does chow, gets Epic, 1v3. Now Siege, the last alive, not able to close it out. What? Chicago Hunted do win the map 6-3.
What a change of pace after that break. Chicago just comes out firing on all cylinders in this S&D, as they're going to take it 6-4.
It's kind of what we started to talk about, right? It's like you wonder if they had a chance.
Two duos get stuck together and find that instant chemistry. As we are getting back underway, Chicago on the offense. Butterball with a slower pace here for an attacking, making sure catching this Atlanta on a huge push. Chicago going straight for the throw as they're just running down mid-map. Full plane control. Now rotating to that A. Most actually was all the way in Atlanta's spawn, trying to give Atlanta some of their own medicine here.
Number 4 setup. You're sorry, you're bad. Every time I just want to say you're bad. I'm not saying that he's bad, guys. He's great. He set up perfectly. He anticipated that plane push stack on this A, and it is secured. The early lead going the way of Chicago. Yeah.
Look, they came out of the gates right there like they had a plan. That looked rehearsed. That was beautiful. That's how you take full A control. This Epic almost managed to get 3-piece, but Sorry turns on him. But K-Quick coming in and cleaning everything up. They do manage to get Hunted off that point. Hunted out a 4 life advantage, though.
I think Butterball not anticipating this truck setup as Quick almost takes out 2. But with 2 players down on the side of both teams, frankly, at this rate, it does seem like this is going to be the opportunity for both teams to get more of a coordinated setup and push. Sorry pushes out Lord there. 2 down on Hunted. Hunted is going to get pushed out here by number 7 on your map. You got Siege. Siege hitting a beautiful flank through Crate. He's setting up for the cross now. If we can get over to Siege, maybe we see what he can do here on the flank. Number 7. He is now in the tube side of things, really just being a menace in the back spawn at this rate.
Chicago had that great initial push, but Atlanta, once they got that under control, they've kind of been in control of this map, being more aggressive, finding Chicago basically stuck in their spawn. It's all up to Sorry here to hold this map position, let his team finally get out of spawn, as Atlanta swung the life lead back to even.
Sorry, calling out what I imagine is the entire team in the comms frantically, calling for help as number 2 does push up to the hill. All players now coming off of spawns, and Dazed knows that. Dazed is pushing up on this plane. Sorry Bad does get the kill on emergency. Number 7 again taken out on crates. Really back and forth play here as trades are coming through. Really going in favor of Hunted, as Hunted does have a 2 stack. You see 3 now. That ticker is going to tick down quickly. Players coming off spawn for Dazed, as we can maybe close this out here. K-Quick does hit a flank, and all 3 dead. Nearly 4 dead. 4 dead now. The players of Dazed are going to push this out, or are they just going to elect to get this next wave of kills? It looks like they're playing it a bit slow, as they are up in lives. They have to force these interactions here on hill. 20 seconds left for Hunted. Hunted doing what they can to come off spawns, pushing bottom plane is 2, and get the 2-piece they do. We have Oh, nearly 3
Oh,
stack
it's all
members
up to
down now. It's
Lord.
2 players
Lord
left.
has to go
It is.
huge.
Oh, he doesn't get it. Oh, huge stack and push for Hunted. That was beautifully coordinated there at the end on that 3 push.
Yeah, Hunted looking very coordinated here on this first round of control. I mean, they took that A point in record time. I felt like they pushed through plane, got full control, got the kills they needed, and then it looked kind of dire for them until the very end. You only need 1 set of kills, get that map control, get 3 on that hill, and you capture it so fast. It's already is 12-4 right now.
And we were kind of joking, right, that they seem like that team who's gonna get to a place and sit there and watch their lanes. They said, we can do that. We'll put 4 right on A at the beginning of the round for you. Really, the vibes here, I think, and the momentum going the way of Hunted as Moss does try to fly out here, gets taken out. The early life count going the way of Hunted. Yeah, this has been a great map so far.
Atlanta opting to hit that B off the rip, which fits their MO, the punch you in the face kind of hill. As they are now rotating over for that A. Actually, also on B, they get all the kills they need. They have 2 people on each hill. Well, 1 on A, and I'd like to see Siege here push up and get on that hill with Epic. Capture that a little faster.
Especially because now they have these split stacks on these hills. It's going really slow. All you need is for the players of Hunted to take out the 1 player on hill and rotate, as K-Quick just being a nuisance here as the pushes do come through on the way of Hunted. Hunted does have a good setup. They may elect to how much time is on this? A lot of time, actually. They're going to certainly set up for this cross, yeah.
Yes. They do manage to get the second tick halfway through the third here. As Lord trying to get that, I think not stacking the hill there was a huge mistake on Atlanta's part. Siege kind of holding back cost them that hill. They could have definitely had A's. They are going to have full control again here. I'd like to see Siege push up.
I got to tell you that every time we see a 2 or 3 piece go in the way of Sorry You're Bad, I feel bad saying his name out loud. I don't want to think people think that I'm talking down on him. He is really going here. Siege and Atlanta Dazed do manage to get that A hill nearly as quickly as Hunted did. So with the life advantage in their favor here, Siege again kind of pushing up. This is the scrappy kind of flex push we expected out of him. He showed it on Miami Surge. He does get this intro kill. Players know that he's back there being a nuisance. With 2 down, you see players start to really push for this last position.
Yeah, he's in a great cutoff spot here. Just pick up Chicago's. They're coming off spawn. Butterball finally gets him from wood, but that might be, well, as I say that, Chicago's going to have a good push here into this B site. The kill's coming in for Dazed, though. Streaks are coming in, but I don't think they're going to find anybody, as you're pretty safe under that plane in this warehouse. Dazed quickly capturing this point. Chicago's got to fly.
And fly they do. Number 4, Sorry Bag gets 1 to the hill. Moss cannot connect, and Dazed does manage to close out this round. We have 2 offensive wins in a row, Mello.
on checkmate, no less.
On checkmate.
So that
I think the record for the league, I think, is 11. Shio and Chad, no, is it 10? 10 consecutive offensive Garrison wins. So see if we can pull it together tonight here on checkmate.
Checkmate control really, round wins. We had 22
consecutive pairs. It just doesn't seem fair. It's like nothing we were taught in casting college, Mello. It shouldn't be happening.
Wait, you in school?
Clown college.
College, yeah. We're just piled in here on this this stream. As Chicago not doing the same offensive push that we saw last time. We do see 2 rotate to A, but we didn't see that big big plane push that we saw last time. Not having full map control as they rotate here for A. Atlanta does manage to stall out this A push. Chicago looking for a way in. Sorry. Hoping to find somebody, but oh, the timing. They are just playing ringer on that plane wing. Chicago going to get control of this A site here, as you do have Epic being that lone man to push in.
And the stacking is just far more effective on the side of Hunted. Hunted with a 3rd tick in the progress. Number 4 is stepped off hill for a moment, but I think that push on that A is going to be helpful as players do come off spawn for days. And Hunted again, both teams are doing so well on this intro push in A, and you'd almost imagine that players maybe should start defending that A hill off the rip at the beginning of the round. Moss just being a nuisance here in the back small gets taken out. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think that the next side of offense, Hunted should almost anticipate that Dazed is going to be hitting that A position off the rip?
FaZe in their first round on offense did go straight for B because that is their play style. And once they got wiped out, then they rotated to A. So you almost have to still play that B bomb site from the Chicago perspective. Or B zone. What do we call them? Control zones? Hills? Is Chicago starting to get a stack here on this hill? They're going to have 3 players in the area. I do hear streaks coming in. Moss looks up for us to see where they're coming from. This is Chicago. Oh no, Moss is hitting himself with a nade. K-Quick gets 2-piece from that nade. Moss tries to play his life and get out, but just dead. They did manage to get that 2-tick into B, though. So one more tick, minute and a half to work with, minute 15. They're up 3 lives, so they can afford to play this a little bit slower, play their style, find the kills. But as I say that, Atlanta are just finding what the kills they need, keeping Chicago.
That gunfight at the top of your minimap for number 4 is huge. Players know that he might be back here, but he is able to watch the cross, and that's sorry you're bad. Sorry, you are doing so well, buddy.
He's 25 and 14 right now, going huge for his team. Probably the big reason they've had this offensive success.
What kind of being a nuisance there in the back spawn allowed them to do for the short term, unfortunately, all 3 are taken out there on the hill, was to get that, push up a little bit as players were looking for that player back spawn. Now the life count in favor of Dazed 8-6, so pretty soon players will not be spawning for either team, frankly. If Butterball can get the 2-piece, he cannot. Moss, another huge kill on top. Is he going to jump down and challenge this player, bottom wing?
Moss
he does not. Yeah,
they got 2 on the hill. This is going to be it. That's going to be another offensive round. Chicago getting it every time. I think, oh man, they are getting stuck in their spawn. They get those 4 kills they need. They get map control, and instantly they all jump the hill and just capture so quickly. Chicago, definitely the more coordinated team. Atlanta probably the slightly better guns, but. I say that, but Sari's 27 and 16. You cannot argue with that man right now. He is finding the kills across the map, getting that control for his team. And
would you mind if we go on his POV quick on the push here? I want to see if he can continue to keep up this aggression. Nade check doesn't do much for a call out, although he does see the player cross onto wing.
Atlanta does opt for this B hit right off the start again.
They do, right? And I think that they're maybe trying to get some of this positioning, as now players are kind of split on both positions. This is an interesting kind of play style that they've elected to do on both offensive rounds. And kind of they'll say, we'll chow one, and whatever gets chalked will rotate. They force players over on B side as players 2 and 3 of Butterball and Schizo, and as well as number 1 of Moss are going to be coming off spawns and pushing through this play, and it looks like the setup for A is happening. But again, number 4, sorry bad, being super annoying here on the crosses and hitting the spawn now of players, as his team does manage to pick up a few kills.
He hasn't died this round yet. He's just been a menace on the map. You said to follow him. We've been with him the whole time. He has not died yet. He's on a 5 streak, getting close to streaks. He's gonna probably play this a little slow. A is going in favor of Dazed right now. Finally gets taken down.
But that was because players were looking for him. They said he's way too close to streaks and he would be taken out. But it looks like Dazed does manage to get another tick on this hill. K-Quick picks up where his teammate left off, also gets taken out. Players are defending this A bomb, this A position. They do not want the time to be extended. 30 seconds here in the round. If Chicago Hunting can continue to win their gunfights, and now as they know that players are coming off spawn, get these players, and wow, 2 players bottom plane I imagine were taken out. Trades coming in on A as Siege is pushing up on hill, getting players as they come off spawn. Does he get the third? Oh, runs out of ammo, but it looks like they are going to almost get the.
Sorry with a huge flank. As we keep saying his name, he is making huge plays. Lord does manage to get the kills needed. 18 seconds left. They're going to capture this A, get the extra minute. Lives almost even as we go here into this B push, but a minute 10 to work with. Live count probably going to come into effect here. Is you're 1 or 2 away from being no respawns, and that's when you're really in trouble.
I gotta tell you, if this goes to a round 5, sorry, your bad is dropping 50. I'm calling it now. There's no way with this momentum. He's absolutely frying right now. 6-9 on the lives. It's tough as a team who is they are on defense, so maybe they know that players are gonna be flying in. Schizo only able to take out 1K quick with the trade on hill. Players are stacked on B. They have what looks like 1 tick so far. Moss, the only one alive for his team coming off spawns, is number 3 of Schizo, playing that angle on bottom. Those players are coming through. Last alive. It's just so difficult in those. Yeah, it's so difficult in those situations. You have players that will be stacking on B, and all you can do is hope that somebody peeks. If they're not peeking, you gotta fly and hope for the best. But
so this has been very interesting. As we'll see if Sari can get to that 50 that you're calling out right now. Is getting 15 kills would be half of the kills in the round. Chicago being on offense in round 5, normally a disadvantage, but the way this has been going, they have the advantage. All offensive rounds.
And really, this has been a story of the aggressive subs, right? We have K Quick goes down, first blooded here, but K Quick and Sorry You're Bad are really like battling each other here for who's the better sub on the map. 2 goes the way of Sorry. As 4 stack is going through on B, it looks like B.
K Quick's gonna have a huge flank here.
Gosh, this is such a nuisance of a push with a 3 runs out of ammo, nearly gets the 3-piece.
K-Quick almost killed his own teammate there too. He was shooting everything that moved under that plane. They did manage to get both ticks into B. That is going to make it a lot easier now if they transition to A and capture it here. That B, 1 tick is 1-4 down, and you have control. As Chicago stuck in their spawn. We've seen this before. They managed to break out and quickly cap hills. So, Sorry, looking for somebody from Dazed.
It looks like they anticipated the spawn trap, but Dazed just playing slow. They realize they're up in lives. We don't need to ruin these rounds, these pushes. Schizo, ticking down the time, is taken out by Siege. As my screen went blurry for that cast. It's okay.
Moss with a big flank there to give control over to Hunted on this A site. You do have Epic just kind of waiting for his teammates to get here. They're going to push into this zone. They get one. Moss manages to stay alive. Chicago still capturing this A. Moss with another huge kill. That's going to be A site over to Chicago.
This is capped.
Chicago gets A. They only have 1 tick left to B. They got a minute and a half to work with. Lives have evened out. Chicago in a great position to possibly take this in a round 5.
You have to stack it as players are kind of concentrated on. Do have the positioning here as the players on the hill do get taken out. We may see an organized push here as we did in the first offense for Hunted. So far, players are pretty stacked though for Dazed on that hill. Sorry, your bag still continues to go off with 8 lives remaining. He does get an EKIA on one more. I still want to say 50 for him.
He's 7 away. It's possible. He's going to have to pop off in one more life. They got 50 seconds left. Lives are going to start to become a factor here for Chicago if they're not careful. Schizo just walks right past one of Dazed. He finds him. Does not find another. I thought he was going to get him. Chicago needing to get that coordinated push here. They're down to 6 lives. They have almost no respawns left. They need this set of 4 kills. They need this map position. They are on the site. They know where 2 are.
And just like that, no spawns remaining for Hunted. You have Epic takes 2 more out on hill. 2 players alive for Hunted. It is a 2v9.
So Sorry could get the 50 if he just pops off and goes absolutely insane here. As he gets one.
There's one.
Lost. Last man left for his team. trying to get to the zone. First defensive win goes for Dazed right when they need it. What a control. So much exciting back and forth. Map control came up huge. 4 pieces or 4 wipes going down. Zones getting captured.
Alone, right? If but who knows? Maybe the Crossroads hardpoint favored the play style of Dazed, and a Moscow hardpoint is going to favor the side of Chicago. And but we'll see kind of happens on this intro push. We do see Quick playing the objective as their strong and kind of running gun Sun player, really not contested physically, contested on the time. Certainly, K-Quick does have the help of the player.
Siege just won a huge gunfight in the back to get spawns for P2. He spawned Chicago out. As Atlanta finally taking control of this P1. 30 seconds left. Nobody has gotten time up until now. Siege won a huge one gunfight is all it took. Flips the spawns. Atlanta's sitting in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah, and it looks like if we look at the top, bottom of our map where Road is, we do have number player 2 with a huge gunfight here, and he is able to take out number 7 of Siege. So it looks like with number 8 being the only player left for the spawns of this P2 side, Siege Lord needs to go huge. He knows players are collapsing on the point. Number 5 coming up behind him in the street. Number 5 knows this player number 2 is in the street, is taken out. Players certainly are going to be spawning this Esky side as they are number 2. Just spawned there, the early setup and frankly early rotation and hold going the way of Dazed. That was, textbook hardpoint, I would say.
Yes. Siege won that huge gunfight right off the rip to flip spawns. Atlanta managing to hold on to those spawns, even with a few going down. They made sure they always had somebody coming back to get the rotation, get the time. I mean, they only gave up 5 seconds on that first hardpoint on top of that. So, as we say that, though, Atlanta's spawning out. It's all up to Lord here on this old hardpoint, but 20 seconds left. You have a 30-point lead. I think Atlanta looking to just rotate here. Chicago looking to possibly find a way into the back again.
Right, and as we say that, we do have players of Dazed that spawned Esky, so it looks like they said, okay, we'll give up the rest of this time. For me, this is a huge money hill. You have the players, number 7, doing a great job in Siege, holding that back. 6, another great position, not typically used all that much, but that back bank, as it doesn't matter, as Onage is able to take out the player's Esky, gets taken on himself, but now all the information is there. Players flooding in mid, Esky, 3 dead again for this side of Dazed. Hunted. They really need to try to get a good push here on this time, as it looks like so far all 30 seconds so far have gone the way of Dazed.
They do manage to get the kills they need to break in, though. They didn't lose.
Right.
They only lost 1 player in that push. They got 3 pushing. The one that spawns up is going to start rotating to P4. Chicago, that was a huge break. That was 20 seconds that, at this point, you don't really want to give up and fall behind. Butterball going massive with the 3-piece, finding all 3 on the hill, getting the time for his team. The rotation for Atlanta is coming in, though, so that 20 seconds that Chicago just got there, Butterball, he's 15 of that second, so.
Right, and gosh, this setup is so difficult. Players are that bottom rat players rotating out of bank. Really, this bus setup for Dazed is going in their favor. They know now that all players are bus spawns, it's certainly flipped down this globe side. Players, actually, as we say that, number 1 probably surprised himself there, and he said, actually, we got splits. I'm going to try to pinch. Although, number 3 left less alive there, Globe. We do have a pinch coming in. However, the P2 spawns for 6 and 7 of Siege and K-Quick are coming in. The time as the rat hold here is going the favor of Hunted. I do want to point out K-Quick, 17 and 5.
17 and 6 as he gets an A to the chest. Being that fast SMG, K-Quick flying around this map right now, finding the kills. Chicago needs to start stringing some hills together to get back into this.
Ooh, they're doing just that.
Yeah, sorry, picking up where he left off. Actually, he's 6 and 11. I'm not sure what happened since between that control and this hard point. But right now, he needs to turn it back on, as Chicago needs to start stringing some hills together. They do have control of P2, but K-Quick, being that fast guy on the map, looking for that back spawns already.
Gets called out by Moss. Moss, huge gunfight by him, and he gets it. So it looks like, and this is kind of what we saw in the first hardpoint as well, where players of Hunted were getting the early setups. Now, they need to hold these spawns here. They cannot get broken. This time on this P2 is crucial. Moss getting shot at. He knows there's a player who's trying to hit up Street. He has the help of number 4 on his team. Sorry, you're bad. Who's looking for him in this A bomb. Number 5 is able to push up. This gunfight here in top cop is going to be massive. If Epic, oh, he does get it. I thought maybe the ADS there might have messed him up, but he is able to clean up, and just like that, Hunted is broken out of the spawns. Players spawning lobby side and Esky. Number 4, sorry you're bad, last alive, but however, I do believe Lord knows that he's here. He was called out. Yeah, just like that, taking out last player. And number 6, K-Quick on a second flank. I'd anticipate he almost rotate already. With 30 seconds left, I imagine a last push is all they're looking for. Schizo doing what he can in Hill for these last few pushes. They just passed this 100-point mark. We did not play the 100-point club ad, and hopefully we do not need to for the rest of the evening, as that threshold is cleared, and we do see an early setup for the way of
won a huge gunfight in the back. He has to win another one. He gets taken down, but his teammate Moss is there to get the trade. Chicago's going to have these back spawns, but you already have Siege in the hill, or at least in this lobby position, to try to cut off this push, knowing Chicago's going to be spawning in the back.
Ooh, gets caught in a sprint is Moss. The spawns are trying to get pushed out by Dazed. Dazed player taken out by Schizo. Number 6 is K-Quick. Last live on Hill. Players are spawning the street.
That is a far spawn for Atlanta. That is a hard place to get back into.
And I was just going to say that, and I feel like the players were able to read that. They knew that they spawned Esky, and they had the one anchoring, so they would have had to kind of spawn out those street sides. 3 down and 4 now for the way of Epic. So, again, a time early setup for Hunted, broken twice by Dazed. We do see the players of number 1 and 4 pressuring this P4 hill and street. Number 4 trying to see if he can maybe flank through this push, and he does just that. Number 7 and 8 are in danger there. Pillars, 2Ps, beautifully done by Sorry You're Bad, pushing out Bank for these spawns. Let's see if he can get a few more.
Yes. This is kind of opposite of the first rotation. Chicago now in full control of this P4. They've made this a 20-point game. They are on their way to pulling this back in. Atlanta kind of spawning out. Siege has to go huge here to try and break some time. Break Chicago off this hill. Make them at least look the other direction. As all of Atlanta trying to pile through that doggy door. Epic just trying to squeeze his way into the hill. You now have Lord going the same spot. They're going to know he's here. 20 seconds left on this hill. Chicago's taking the lead. As I say that, though,
I'm changing my name to Sorry You're Good, because there's no way, I can verse this kid without feeling like I need to compliment.
He was 6 and 11. He has turned it around right as we mentioned him not stepping up. He turned it around 18 and 16 on this map now. He was the one that got the rotations for the P3 and started this whole snowball for Chicago to bring it back. Atlanta still does have the lead. I mean, it's only a 17-second lead, so not a lot of time. Butterball gets taken off. Chicago going to have to break the hill here. Day's getting close to 200. Lord is actually on a 5 streak right now, 16 and 16. K-Quick 22 and 17. He's slowed down a little bit since the start he had.
And the rotation getting shut down by Dazed, and as we say that, players are kind of pushing through these B-bomb S&D. Number 8 on your screen, Lord. It's going to be a huge gunfight as information is called out, and Schizo getting taken out. No other players of the Atlanta Dazed up on this back as players are spawning back Esky as well. As we say that, did we get splits just now? Number 8, did he just spawn up?
No, he's been up here. He's just trying to hide. He's hoping to stay alive. He gets one. He's at least not allowing Chicago. That's going to be streaks for him. He's on an 8 streak, so he should have both. He does also have the cruise missile. Follow this up. He actually calls it in. Gets a teammate. Gets taken out by Sorry. Sorry gets another kill. Sorry in full control of this hill. That's going to allow Chicago to get some time here. He does finally get taken out from top cop, but that team kill with the artillery, and then sorry with the perfect time to get the 2-piece, kind of saved Chicago. There's 30 seconds left. They're going to have to break this hill one more time.
And they spawn pretty far out mid. You see, I mean, I do like this kind of choke point and sending all players mid instead of lobby. They do need to win these key gunfights on top info, as he does do that. One more player on the hill. Players are rotating. It looks like they're gonna win here, guys.
Yeah, they're gonna win here on this. I think they just realized Chicago falling back to their rotate early, set up for the next, but gonna be too little, too late. As Atlanta Dazed takes the series 3-1.
That is the worst. It's difficult, right? Because you are set up in a position where you're down and you have to play perfect hardpoint from here on out.